welcome for session number 3, creating a 17 part 1. That's right. This is part 1. That means that there are more than one parts. That is what it means. And you're joining us for appointed time for you, from incarceration to prosperity, freedom, and joy. Session number 3, creating a thankful future for prosperity. A prosperous future, 2017. And we are not talking about, what are those things that New Year's resolution? No, we ain't doing no resolutions. All that's in the past. We are going to create a future, and the Empress of Faith herself, Nakia Franklin, her with like all those fancy college degrees and, studying, working with people who have been incarcerated. Now, she really worked with folks who've been incarcerated. I know a few folks. I'm trying to get incarcerated. So I'm just going to tell you where I'm coming from. But, no, I love you all. Really, people are people. And in tonight's session, before we get to tonight's session, sit back, open your ears. We're going to get a little energy flowing. We got a nice selection to kick off the webinar for tonight. So just relax and get in the mood.
Speak to me, tell me what you have in mind. I'm listening. Your melody, my soul, have no boundaries. No, you stimulate me, give me deep tranquility. When I close my eyes, I close. My fingertips are all I need to show you what I see when my eyes are closed. And nothing feels more naturally than to lose control when my eyes are closed. They're closed. They're closed. They're closed. They're closed. They're closed. They're closed. Closed. I feel you the most. Can't help but lose control. Take me on a journey, quaint fantasy. I'm so secure. I'm yours to lead. Free me, yeah. Oh yeah. My fingertips are all I need to show you what I see when my eyes are closed. And nothing feels more naturally than to lose control when my eyes are closed.
Eyes Closed by Nick West. What a beautiful, I love that selection. Now, tonight's, I am Ronnie D. I am here by I'll put it like this, by the invitation of Nakia Franklin at appointed time for you. Now, tonight's workshop, we have 3 segments: disappearing the already, always listening for lack and failure. Now, I'm going to repeat that: disappearing the already, always listening for lack and failure. And Empress of Faith, you are going to disappear there?
Am I going to disappear? Oh, God.
No, I didn't say, are you going to disappear? Are you going to disappear the already, always listening for lack and faith? You're going to just disappear there?
Hey, we're going to disappear.
All right, okay. Superstitions, the conversations for lack and failure. Wow. Now, Empress, I don't consider myself superstitious, but I have a feeling that there's something in that segment that's not like step on a crack, break your mother's back. Am I going in the right path? You think it might be a little something different than that?
It might be a little something different. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to have to leave them in suspense for that. Because,
Okay, then I see. All right, okay,
being,
and then.
being an empress of faith, I can't believe, and support superstition too much. That's beyond my thought process. However, for the sake of, I'm open.
Okay, all right, and of course there's always some work in addition to whatever work we may give you during the actual webinar. There's some work to take home, and so that we can fulfill on the promise. Now, Empress of Faith, I really want to just take a moment before we get into tonight's webinar and just really acknowledge the Come to Islam, Come to Prosperity group for joining the conversation. I am just so proud and so honored.
Absolutely.
It's so honored. And, I'm going to tell you, I have checked out the group. Like I, went on to the group and looked at some of the posts, and I'll just say that there was an already always listening that was emerging. And part of that listening was that they will not like what we got to offer.
Ooh.
That they will not know it is, and it's almost as though, I'm going to put it in this context. When it's like when a little old lady goes up to someone and says, well, are you a Christian? Well, is Jesus your Lord and Savior?
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect, but it's like, how dare you ask me that?
Mm.
Who gave you the right to ask me that? Who are you? Now, I go, am I behaving as someone who is a Christian and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior? Now, am I behaving that way? Because otherwise it's just some words. But I don't want to get off. I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but that was my already always listening, that I didn't want us to occur to them as, oh, we're just the self-righteous Christians. And, I didn't even say I was a Christian. I didn't know. I ain't telling. That's me to know. And there are people who know, but I'm not going to tell you, because if that is enough to sidetrack you, you got an issue. You got to already always listen, which Nakia is going to go into a little bit deeper. But I really want to thank you. We're just so honored and blessed, and it really honors what the Empress of Faith is all about. She is not the Empress of Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
Empress of Faith. You have faith. She traveled. She honor your faith. You honor her faith. We find faith together. In whatever way, so that's my soapbox, and you should have been took this away from me, but really,
I sometimes I just let you go ahead and go on, and then I know you know how to reel it in, but every now and then I'll pull you back as I need to. So we're gonna stay on track and stay on time. We're not gonna disrespect the time.
And with that said, Miss Nakia Franklin, over to you.
Thank you, Ron. And we definitely appreciate the supporting listeners and those that are partaking in the work, because we always have a lot of work to give and share. So, disappearing the already always listening for lack and failure. Okay, so let's talk about some yellow sunglasses. and I hope you can hear me clearly. The filter, the occurring world. So one of the barriers that keeps us from connecting with people, being in reality, recognizing and acting on opportunities, having powerful relationships, making bold, powerful requests, or having the relationship of our dreams is the filter we listen through. I'm going to talk about some yellow sunglasses, like the ones on the screen, okay? You know those are hot. When you first put on a pair of yellow sunglasses, the yellow lenses, so we're going to say sunglasses with yellow lenses, so we don't have no brown tinted ones, okay? When you first put on a pair of sunglasses with yellow lenses, the world appears yellow, right? But leave them on long enough, we forget, and the world is actually yellow. We forget, we become complacent. So the occurring world, the filter you listen through will, by default, create the occurring world of the conversation between you and another. If the occurring world is strange or difficult when you listen to people, everyone will experience a level of strangeness or difficulty. If the occurring world is one of abundance, possibility, wealth, and romance, when you listen to people, everyone will experience opportunity, love, and power in some form. Not fair. Poor me, blah, 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 blah. Why me? Boo. Ooh, woe is me. Oh, my God. I feel you. Woo. Our already always way of listening is the filter we listen from during a conversation. The yellow sunglasses, okay, that's our filter. It's always there in the background, and it is usually so ingrained we have stopped noticing it. So everything looks the same. We don't realize it's not clear. It's not reality. Remember yellow sunglasses? We forgot we were wearing them, right? Okay, so the power in recognizing or distinguishing and already listening is you have a choice to take back your power versus habit and machinery running the show. So, for example, okay, I can tell by the way they look at me, they're not going to give me a chance at being the leader of the group and guiding everyone safely through the mazy labyrinth. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. If they really think what I am doing is right, they would tell me, which will reaffirm the fact that what I'm doing is right. Okay? All right. So here's another one.
Oh, that's called the laugh of recognition, boy. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's a reality, because sometimes we are hungry for that acknowledgement, for that kudos, that pat on the back. And if we don't, that's when we go back to poor me, not fair, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So, we got to bring it back. Put it on the table. So here's another example. So when they say, We're looking over the application and we will get back to you. I know that's a bunch of bullshiggity. What? Because why do you need to look over the application again? Look at the application now. Tell me what you think. Ask me specific questions. Give me an opportunity to explain. Let's hash it out. And then tell me yay or nay on the job. Don't have me waiting around for 2 weeks and I don't get a call back. And then I call you back, you don't answer the phone. Come on now. Keep it real. So, I know y'all are getting the point and definitely getting the picture of where we're going. So, now let's do some homework. Let's do an exercise. Take a second. For those that are not used to having their pen and paper ready, you got like 5 seconds. So, for everybody else that is prepared, let's go ahead and move forward. And I'll repeat it the first time, and that way, you got to give those people, that extra 2 seconds to get their stuff in order. See, my dog is saying hello, y'all. So, now, pen and paper in hand, let's get it started. They say hello back, Pep, okay? Write the following categories. Money or employment. Okay, get your pen and paper too. Romance, health, and relationships. Now, some of you may choose to put money and employment, but we're asking to just pick one of the two. Okay? I'm going to repeat the categories again. Money or employment, romance, health, and relationships. Give yourself enough space to write under each category. Okay, so you got that on paper. Good job, great. Under each category, I want you to write one thing you have been putting up with, something you don't like, something you don't want, something you've been resisting, something you've been trying to change, or something you have given up on ever happening, or something you simply complain about persistently. Now, you heard me say that word or, so that means one thing, okay? Under each of those categories. It's up on the screen, so for the sake of time, you have an opportunity to look up at the screen and write the information down. Because I want everybody to have an opportunity to go along so you don't get lost. Because it's easy to get lost and confused if you're not paying attention. All right. So next, write the already always conversation you have about the situation. This will be what you are listening for, and it stops you cold. As everybody know, I'm in the job of doing the work too. Ronnie B, he does the work too. If we didn't do the work, how can we expect you to do it? How can we be leaders of example and do trial and error? And hey, we want you to be along with us. Ronnie B and I are doing the exercise with you. So we are part of the inquiry. We are looking for something new for ourselves. We are all in this together. Yes.
We are in it together. That would be so accurate.
Yes, we are all looking for something new every day. Absolutely. So, already always listening. Ronnie, do you want to go first? You want me to go first? How you want to do it?
I'll just go ahead and let me just see what's there because I'm looking at it newly and something people here's something that you can take to the bank.
Okay.
There is always going to be something new to look at.
True.
You will not get fixed because you were never broken.
Mm-hmm. You're
But
right.
like anything, you grow, and as you grow, there's newness. There, your skin sheds. Your skin sheds because there's new skin. Well, you have to grow and adapt, so there's always something new. Now, that don't now remember we said we're not bestowing great wisdom upon you and knowledge. This is not the truth. So just but try it out, see what happens. Now, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, what can I look at new? What am I putting up with? Resisting, trying to change, or giving up on ever having, or simply complaining about persistently. And I'm like, and what's my already always conversation? And and it, oh God, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, I manage Old Grumpy Radio Network and its subsidiaries, and I'm a partner with the Prosperous Divas and their programs. And I'm partners, and Old Grumpy's partners with Nakia Franklin with At the Appointed Time for Us and some endeavors. So it's a lot of stuff. And I meet a lot of people who I'll just say they're all sizzle, no steak. And what I mean by that is they got credentials and they got. And there's a point where it's like, I've shown you my connections. When am I gonna see some of yours?
Hmm.
And so I would say that this is in the area of relationships, specifically in business, producing results. That and already always listening is that hey they're gonna come talking that that yin yang, and it's gonna be all sizzle no steak, and the women are as bad as the men. That the women is
I'm
y'all have just
sorry.
fractured my little image of the innocent women. You cutthroat women use. I had to learn. See, I was naive, that's the way of the world, child was born with a heart of gold. No, but we ain't gonna go all that far. So, but yeah, but I can see that like wow. And so I'll just say that I'm already always expecting that it's gonna go that way. It's already there. That's the way it's gonna go. And I'm happily like surprised when it goes some way different. But that's what's already always there. And it keeps me from demanding the best out of whoever and letting the chips fall where they may. So I start making excuses because I'm not really challenging. Well, I don't want to say challenging. I'm not demanding. I don't want to challenge nobody. I want to demand. Be your best like a little kid. Come on, bro. Come on, big sis, big bro. You can do it. I'm just, because I want my ice cream. So, wow. So that's really, well, that's just what I can see in the moment, so that's as much as I can see in this moment, Nakia.
Okay. Well, you know what? I love two things that you said that I really want to come out of that. There's nothing to fix about yourself because you were never broken. There's nothing to fix because you were never broken. And like we shed skin every day, we shed hair every day. That's just human. It's not that we are snakes that we shed all of our skin, but your skin dies and you shed skin every day and you're renewed with new skin. That's why the old skin have to come on. So that was just so profound to me. And it was like, wow, never thought of that. Never really considered that. Wow. Whew, that was a level of purging. Whether you, Ronnie, that was awesome. I received that. So, my already always listening, I'm actually going to select the category of employment. Man, just absorbing that. Okay, so with mine in employment, my persistent complaint, my things I don't like, the change issue, I like consistency. So the things that the issue that I have is the hours, the lack of time that I'm able to have with family, with my son. That is the thing that lights the fire up under my butt regularly. However, the issue would be that I like consistency and I don't job hop. So I guess I'll say stubborn. I could say false evidence appearing real, that word fear, because I don't want to job hop. I want to be in one place. I want to be in a comfortable setting to where there's a level of control over my hours. Appointed time for you will allow me to have that. So I make the excuses of I don't want to start over by going to a different job, working in the same type of industry, because at the end of the day, it's all going to be the same. And I want to catapult out there into the industry of my passion, which will fall in line with at the appointed time for you, programs and services and Inc. And this keeps me from being all that I know that I can be, because my investment in what I do now and the investment of who I'm giving it to now is what I thought was deserving of me giving my all to them. And the reality is I'm expendable just like anyone and everybody else. So,
Hey.
yeah. So I have to make that decision. I have the will, and I'm doing what I can now, realistically, to make a way to remove myself from my persistent complaint, from my already always listening as it relates to the employment aspect of things. So,
Sound like sister gonna work it out.
have no choice. Failure is not an option. Failure is not. I don't accept failure from clients. I cannot accept failure from myself. Okay.
What I like to say is failure is inevitable, but recovery is immediate.
You're right. You're right. Because sometimes
I don't mind. Fail. That meant you did. Fail meant you did the darn work, but get up, please. You could. How did one of our favorite people, Janet Soretsky? You will fall off the horse, but don't be talking about not get your butt back on. Now you can language for a little bit, but that's it.
That is so true.
Get on that horse.
Keep right. I don't care if your arm is dragging and touching the ground. You better hold on. Get back up. Absolutely. So thanks for the sharing. That was so just appealing to the mental senses For you mental thinkers out there, you know exactly where I'm going. So, okay, so now ask these, is it always true in absolutely every circumstance? Is this listening costing you freedom and power in that area? Man, if you answer yes. Woo. So what are you willing to give up about your listening so you are no longer limited by this already always listening? Okay?
Now, Nakia, I'm going to give them a little insight. Now, having gotten that already always listening, that all sizzle, no steak. What I can give up in my listening, and I will say it will require effort and intention, is that it doesn't really matter. Because the truth is, I don't know. I don't know what a person is going to do or not do, but I do know that I can hold them to their word. And if I hold them to their word and they hold me to my word, we will know what's real.
You're so right. You are absolutely right.
We will know what's real. Because as they say, what's that old saying? Say, evil lurks in the heart of men. We can't be, we don't get to be seeing all that evil and stuff. Nah, and that don't mean, you can be a good man, but evil be lurking in your heart. Hey, that's kind of like, that's, why we, have to seek higher, because we got that thing. That's part of our nature. So, hey, I have to forgive myself for that sometimes, because sometimes that evil be sounding good. But let me get you back. Okay, Empress, back to you.
Thank you, right. But what you're saying is a reality, and that's where I am, because I realize that, at the end of the day, I hold you to your word or your policy, and you're going to hold me to following policy. And at the end of the day, I can't do nothing about it. But I know what my reality is. So because of that, I keep going. I know what the reality is. So that's important when you see it for what it is. All right. So do what you love.
Well, but before we do that, I wanted to check in on is brother Kevin Hopkins still with us, or did his technology drop off?
I think it's.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. All right, okay. The tech. Kevin, would you share anything that you saw from the exercise? And from what we did, just anything that comes to mind with, because you have a unique perspective,
Yes, you do. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, here.
Okay.
Now we can. Go for it.
Okay.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. First thing I saw was looking through the glasses, the shaded glasses. That caught my attention very much, because everyone can see something, but the world is in so many vast colors that they get blinded by it, and you never see things through another perspective. And another thing about exercise is the exercise is real deep if you do the work. For me, I wrote on mine for like money. Hold on just a second. What'd you say? Hello?
Okay,
Yes.
no, you said money. We were just listening. We hanging on every word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put up on that self discipline. You got to
Oh,
have
self-discipline.
discipline,
Okay.
self discipline in money and employment, because I see that in my situation. So I lack a lot of self discipline in that area. And
Mm.
then in romance, I love commitment. Ready
Hmm.
for a commitment. I'm not ready for it. And relationships, I now put dishonesty for a reason. Because a lot of people are not honest about being in relationship. Regardless of what type, if it was business and stuff, people don't say what's true about that. But
Mm.
what they want.
We losing you, Kevin.
Okay.
I
What we
hear
got?
now.
Yeah. The last thing I got just to be clear was that whether it's business or personal, people don't really say what they really want.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Very true. Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Look, we're gonna go ahead and move on, but I thank you for sharing that, Kevin, and I also I did hear you when you say that it really is kind of deep if you do the work. Now we're just having a conversation. If you really think about it, all the Empress did was have a conversation. Now we're not now this now uh, if you got value from the conversation, don't overthink it. Don't try to figure, well, they're really using the psychological technique of blah, 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 blah. That would be called considering, but not doing the work. Just do the work. It's a conversation. And as a matter of fact, let me give this conversation back over to the Empress.
Yep, because I'm about to pull it back from you. So we could take us a quick break and give them an intermission, allow them to shake it off, get something to drink, use the restroom, and be ready to come back for some more work to get invested in. And so we're going to take a short break. We'll take about 5 minutes is a good period of time. And so it's 7:39 now. We're going to come back at 7:44. Up next is Superstitions, the conversations for lack and limitations exposed with Ronnie B. Hit that track.
Immensity of substance. The most effective you've ever been is still within you. The greatest joy you've ever known is still within you. You carry with you every passion, every purposeful feeling, every act of kindness and compassion. Take a moment. Let your awareness sink into your very center and feel it all. You've been up, down, delighted, disappointed, joyous, fearful, focused, and peaceful. Consider the immensity of your life substance and think of what you can now do with it all. See that you are a dynamic bundle of energy and possibility driven by purpose and love. To any situation, you bring a unique and valuable expression of life. Today, find strength and confidence in how far you've come. Right now, find new ways of adding to the rich substance that is already yours. Rise above the concerns, frustrations, distractions of the moment. Feel the substance, the goodness, the momentum, and carry it forward.
Magic come over you. Hear the music within. You gotta trust your instinct. Don't be afraid to speak what you do deep within. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You're gonna get it right because you don't wanna lose. You know you gotta decide. Don't lose hope. It only takes time. Relax your body and your mind. You're going back and forth, can't get it in bed. It takes over your soul, taking you from deep within. Oh, you gotta be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You're gonna get it right because you don't wanna lose. You know you gotta decide. You gotta decide. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You're gonna get it right because you don't wanna lose. You know you gotta decide. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You're gonna get it right because you don't wanna lose. You know you gotta decide. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You're gonna get it right because you don't wanna lose. You gotta decide. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You gotta get it right because you don't wanna lose. You know you gotta decide. You know you gotta decide. Be cool, don't rush it through. You gotta take time, and if you take it, you'll lose. You gotta get it right because you don't wanna lose. You gotta decide.
Welcome back. Welcome back. That was Lindsay Webster. And this is Ronnie B, and we're about to start the next segment, Superstitions, the Conversations for Lack and Limitations Exposed. That's right. These are the superstitions that they don't want you to know about. The ones that are holding you back. That's right. That's what we're going to talk about. And you might find a little similarity, or I should say a connection with superstitions and already always listening of certain situations or circumstances. But before we get started, take it off. Let's get into the flow, get in the seats, and we're gonna have a little something to kick it off. One moment.
Aware of your assumptions. If you assume you can't get the work done, you won't get the work done. What if you could assume differently? When you catch yourself thinking that task is too complicated or the goal is out of reach, stop. Realize what you're saying is just your own assumption. And your own assumption is something you can quickly change. It's easy to assume you can't. It's much better to figure out how you can and then to make it happen. Negative assumptions are made worse by the fact that they don't go away on their own. Once you assume you can't do something, you'll always operate under that assumption unless you make the intentional effort to rid yourself of it. So what are the things you've assumed you cannot do? Perhaps it is time to prove those assumptions wrong. Assumptions can forever hold you back, or they can light the way and push you forward. Be aware of your own assumptions and keep only the ones that serve you best.
Wow, I really love that one because it has everything to do with superstitions. Everything to do with it. Now, let me ask a simple question. When is a superstition not a superstition? Simple enough question. When is a superstition not a superstition? A superstition, now here's the answer, and Stevie Wonder kind of gave you a hint. When you believe in things you don't understand. A superstition is not a superstition when you say it's a superstition. Otherwise, it's real. Yeah, otherwise it's real. Like those yellow sunglasses, the world is yellow. It is yellow. Now, that's not true, but that's the way it is occurring. Now, we're going to look at a couple of our favorite little superstitions. Now, in this segment, we're going to have an inquiry into some of the superstitions we create. Notice I said we create. And keywords that give you a hint, you have created a superstition. The inquiry. Superstitions are designed to protect us from forces beyond our control that are subject to harm us by taking or not taking simple actions. Actually, here's the truth. Superstitions are designed to prevent us from taking risks, being creative, being responsible, or avoiding responsibility, having our full self-expression. Superstitions are designed to prevent us from taking risks, being creative, being responsible, or avoiding responsibility, having our full self-expression. Superstitions are the excuse for not taking the actions we know we need to take to avoid discomfort or looking bad in the opinion of others. Superstition to hide from the real issues and real solutions. See how deadly that is? They're a way to hide from the real issues and real solutions. Now, some of you may see that, well, if you're watching the screen, you'll see Angel Heart. And it's got Robert De Niro looking all Angel Hearty, you know. Well, in the movie Angel Heart, a man hides from the devil by hiding himself from himself. Well, if I hide myself from myself, how can someone find me when I can't even find me? Now, if you saw the movie, it doesn't work out well. It just doesn't work out well. A superstition is simply a persistent complaint we are hiding. Ultimately, we hide complaints from our view when we do not want to be responsible. We may worry about looking bad or having to deal with negative attitudes and opinions. Or we're just plain scared. That's right, we're scared. These are the complaints we don't treat as complaints because we want to keep them around. We're still getting juice out of them. A lot of that already always listening is so that we can keep the issue going. As long as I'm listening this way, I don't want to hear the solution. No, don't tell me. No, I don't want to hear a solution. Because people are always providing ways to resolve an issue or a problem. We don't hear that. We don't want to hear that because it's going to require us to make efforts that we say, because we get to say, are uncomfortable, embarrassing. We might have to get off our lazy butts. Yep, might have to do that. Now the Empress and I, Empresses come in handy. The Empress and I have created a short list of keywords or phrases that will help you identify that sneaky little superstition. Now, a big one is. We got some is's. And it's all the superstition. He is that way. Well, John is always blah, 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 blah. Always, already, always. Well, you know how mom is. Starting to sound a little familiar. Another key word, should or shouldn't. Oh, God, sometimes I'm going to tell you, I feel for you. I feel for you from the bottom of my heart if you got a should or shouldn't. Because an already always listening that includes should or shouldn't is a setup for, because it's not should or shouldn't, it is what is. Oh, she shouldn't. No. That's forget what she shouldn't. That's what is. He shouldn't. They should. No, they shouldn't. They should. It's what is. And we'll play with should or shouldn't when there's what is to be done. It's a way to, it's a way to resolve, avoid all responsibility. And then now, I'm going to tell you, some of y'all got this bad and it's can't. I can't. We can't. Can't. I don't know who told you that lie. Because it is a lie. Now, I may not want to. And that's different. That's legit. But there is no can't. With time, all things are possible. You may run out of time. You might run out of time. The good thing you're working your butt off to create, you might get called on. And I'm not talking about home to mama. I'm talking about home. And that's how that went. But that wasn't because of a can't. And then the next superstition is because. Well, they won't let me have this job. because I'm a felon, an ex-felon. Is that really true? When we say these words in the context, I'm going to step back because some of you saying, hell yeah, it's true. I'm not stupid. I've been around. No, I'm going to tell you something. No, it ain't. I know felons who have made $1 million working for companies that they ripped off. And they had nothing to do about how to rip them companies off. Like learning. Well, we want to learn the criminal mind. No, they actually did other things. Some of them went back to school, became literate in computer design, and they just happened to design bad systems that the company said, "Man, we saving some money." Now, hey man, look, we ain't gonna give you access to the account numbers, but the saving the money part we're gonna implement. Oh, your market and advertising company. Oh, y'all the best people to have on the streets marketing and promoting my product. Brother, I don't care about what you've been doing. I need my product marketed. Now, and you gonna be your word? Now, when we say these words in the context of our opinions about a situation or someone, often is to put that person or situation in a box. See, that's the box. It can be no other way. The box limits our understanding of them or the circumstance and allows us to play victim. It really is nasty. Superstitions are nasty. Nakia, do you get kind of like a sense of how nasty these superstitions are?
Indeed.
I mean, they just undermine you.
That's right. It holds you back. It suffocates you in a sense. It makes you feel like you're inferior, you're unable to do things. It hijacks your freedom and your liberty to say, I can, I'm able, I will, I must.
Hey, and whenever you put someone in a box, guess what happens? You put yourself in a box. Because you got to be in a box to make sure that it fits with that preconceived notion, with that superstition.
Mm-hmm.
You start making it where it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. See, one of the things about the already always listening, you're listening for the components that you will agree. So you miss the other things. And you don't know. That's why I say you're not in reality. The box limits our understanding of them or the circumstance and allows us to play victim. They should let people, yada, yada, yada. They shouldn't let people, yada, yada, yada. I can't, yada, yada, yada. Why? Oh, because, yada, yada, yada. Pick one.
Yes, because we have an ongoing list.
Pick one. Now I'm not gonna try. We are not gonna try to figure this out for you tonight. We gave you. You already got always listening, and we didn't charge you a dime. So don't get upset with us. But we got some work for you. It called the time for you exercise exposing superstitions. Now I want you to write the following categories. Some of y'all have wised up. Empress, some of the folks here, they have figured out that these will be the categories. Money or employment, romance, health, relationships. Now, you may ask, I'm just going to put the rest. The reason for those categories, that is prosperity. That's the reason for those categories. They encompass prosperity. They are not in and of themselves prosperity. They encompass prosperity. Now, you have all the money that you desire totally fulfilled, and you have no relationships. You're living in poverty. You're not living in prosperity. Now, under each category, write one thing you have been putting up with, something you don't don't like or want, trying to change or giving up on ever happening, or simply complain about persistently. Hey, you know what? It's just never going to happen that a guy like me, with all my past, is ever going to meet a girl like that who will go for me. That just ain't happening. Now, I know it's some hard brothers. Y'all hard. You know, y'all been down with the thing, you little softies inside. You want a good woman. Or you want a good whatever, your type of relationship. We do not discriminate. But hey, you know, it ain't going to happen. The good ones. Here's a good already always. Well, you know the good ones are already taken. You know they are. You know, the good ones are already. Girl, yeah, because I've heard some ladies say, girl, you know, all the men, good men, they are already taken. Mm-mm. Now, some women who buy into that. There's some others, you know, they go, girl, you just trying to keep me from finding for myself. You trying to hoard. Superstition. Now, under each category, write the superstitions you've created. Because there's something about something that you're putting up with, resisting, trying to change, you gave up on ever happening, or you complain about persistently. And that's because the truth of the matter is that that's like a disguise, like you have no role or power in that. And you have a role and power in everything when it comes to the experience of your own life. Now that you got, I'll put it like this. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Buddha. My Islamic brothers, forgive me. I'm as bad with the Christians. I'm a heathen, so I don't be knowing all this stuff. Y'all have to just love me. That's what they say. So send me the love. But you know where I'm coming from, and you can correct us, and we'll put that in too. But it's to avoid taking responsibility. And the big lie is that like taking the responsibility is going to be the hard part. No, taking the responsibility will get you past the hard part. The hard part is the suffering that you're already doing. The hard part is that ass whooping that you already take. That's the hard part. You done got confused. This gonna be the hard part. No, taking the responsibility is like, man, give me some. I'm taking responsibility. Look, something gonna happen now. And there's some folks that listening that I put it like this. They had you got incarcerated, and you made stuff happen, and got your butt out. You made it happen, and you had what you had, and it was like, you know what? Nobody gonna get me out of here but me. And you did that. You did the darn thing. Excuse me. I do have an so faithful to catch my mouth at times. But you did the thing. You did. And you did that for real, and that shows real power. And you know it. So now, what you want to write is, where do I choose to take responsibility, and what new actions will I take? What new actions will I take? That already always listening. Because, a lot of that is, it's been getting you off the hook. And so one of those actions may be that, hey, you know what? I'll never hook up with a woman like that if I don't get off my butt and go to places where they're at. Might be as simple as that. Well, I'm just going to have to make some time to socialize. And, hey, and I'll just go from there. Like I said, but may not have wanted to hear that solution earlier with the already always listening. Now, what difference does seeing these hidden complaints or superstitions have on the important areas of your life? Now, we didn't say this is where it should make a difference, because, that would be called a superstition. We have no clue, because we don't know your life, but we know this. If the conversation made a difference for you, thank you. That blesses us, it blesses you. And if you care to share with us hey, don't be stingy. We love you, send them. Let us know. Because otherwise we're gonna start billing you. We're gonna start billing you. Now we give so you can share some love and wow, Nakia, you see anything from this part of this segment from this exercise? That do you see anything that's starting to bubble up to the top?
Well, my what resonated with me was the romance area, and which is weird.
Okay.
Because I've already visited. I've had a conversation about this not that long ago. Within the past 30 days, as a matter of fact. So the superstition, I guess I'll say, that was created around that area was that was holding me back was the inferiority complex. I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not tall enough, my hair is straight enough, my hair is too kinky or not kinky enough. I speak too proper, or I'm too business oriented, or I'm too focused on goals, aspirations.
Oh God.
I'm about my son. He's a mama's boy. Yeah. So there are too many barriers and walls up. There's, I'm 42 and, I'm past my prime. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to compromise. That superstition is the perception of others. But
you just a mess.
I am. From the top of my hair to the soles of my feet.
You just a mess,
So,
oh my God.
I had it.
Thank goodness. Wait. I'm just going. Thanks goodness you ain't an ex-felon.
You're right. Didn't I have some other walls and barriers?
Oh God.
My shoulders. These X's on my face.
Oh God.
I had to choose to take responsibility, and I chose to let go of the mess. Let go of those insecurities. Let go of those lies. Let go of those words that were spoken into my life and over my life by people of ignorance or who did not have me as a priority or a person of interest, in a sense of saying they didn't love me enough to accept me just for who I am, flaws and all, imperfections and perfections, and just genuinely allow me to be me and just love me. I absorbed all of the junk and internalized it, which prevented me from seeing me for who I truly am. So my actions that I took was to start to purge, and that's one of my favorite terms because I'm always and forever purging. A friend of mine says, every time I talk to you on the phone, you purging your house, you're getting rid of something. You getting rid of this, you're throwing this out, you're going through this, you're going through that. You always purging. Well, that's my thing. I have to. Because if I don't, I'm going to suffocate myself and my thoughts with all the clutter and the junk that no longer is relevant to me. And some of it was never relevant to me to begin with, but I started picking it up. Because, for example, I don't like litter on the ground, right? So I'd rather hold on to it and pick it up if off the ground. If I see something, put it in the bag or whatever, hold on to it so I can put it in a recycle bin. Not just in a regular trash can, but in a recycle bin. But sometimes you have to not put stuff in the recycle bin at your house. Just put it in a doggone trash can because it don't need to travel with you.
Hey. I can get, yeah, buddy.
tell you. You just keep acting. So you have to purge and remove that stuff. So I had to purge and remove that stuff. So I can get some new skin on and see that what I have is not broken, but I'm well oiled and put together according to the way the Lord created and designed me. And He loves me just for who I am. So why am I not loving me? So my actions is to love. Love me for who I am. Accept me for who I am. And continue to improve upon who I am, because I can always stand for some levels of improvement. But don't beat up on me for any of my past transgressions, my past failures or inconsistencies, but to improve every day in my walk and know who I am in boldness and in love and in acceptance and in forgiveness. So the difference that makes for me in seeing those hidden complaints or superstitions that had the important areas of my life held in captivity, removing from the ability to be free and exposed, is now I don't care what you think. I don't care how you see me. Everybody is not meant to be a part of my circle, my environment, and within my space. So I'm okay if you keep on walking. I speak to you from a distance or don't speak at all. But I'm not going to decrease who I am so you can increase your ego. I'm going to love me and be the best me and the best example of me that I can be, and continue to evolve into who I'm supposed to be at the end of the day when I'm called to no longer be here. So I hope y'all received something out of that, because I know I did.
All right. And one thing I want to put in there is that I'm going to put it this way. Instead of picking up the trash, empowering someone else to pick up the trash for you.
All right, you sure right.
You know, sometimes we get so, especially when you're a loving person. Now, you don't get to be the Empress of faith because you don't love people. It's like love is like there. But what'll happen is that there's an old saying that you can't save everybody. Well, that's not true. You can save everybody, but not by yourself.
Right.
And when you use your power, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of guys, ladies who, when you were up to no good, you knew how to bring people together to get things done. You did. You were that person who, as crazy as it was, good, bad, you were the one who could bring people together to get things done.
Yeah.
And so, like for the Empress, her next level of displaying her power is not that she handles it, that she's able to have others pick up the trash for her. Then she can do what she's really meant to do, which is making the difference.
Yeah.
That's really what she's up to, is making the difference. She don't need to be picking up the trash.
Wow.
And that's for some of you problem child. Some of you problem children, don't think that it's like, well, I'm going to give her all my problems. She's going to give them right back to you and charge you for it. Here's your problems back, and give you a bill. So I'm just warning you now, Now, we have ran a little bit over, so we are going to have to take our prosperity break, because we know that some of y'all got to, TT or do whatever. The time is 8:16. We'll be back at 8:22 for our homework for the week. Well, our appointed time prosperity work. We don't have homework, prosperity work. Okay, please enjoy.
invested. To be creative, be invested. The more you put yourself into the work, the more creative you'll be at it. You don't have to wait or search or hope for people, places, situations, or stories to inspire creativity. Just go to work, then keep the effort going, and you have plenty of creativity. The more you care, the more you see, understand, empathize, and resonate with life. Powerful, useful, appropriate, creative ideas will spring from your thoughts. Get interested, involved, active, and committed. Where you focus your love, effort, and awareness is where creativity manifests. Your most brilliant and creative ideas revolve around what you care about the most. Put all of yourself into the work and liberate the full extent of your creative power. Invest your time, effort, energy, attention, and your love. Great new value will be the result.
You bring me coffee every morning, but it's a little bit cold. You bring me flowers every evening, but it's getting a little bit old. You say you love what I'm wearing, just since I'm about to change. And you sing me happy birthday, baby. 2 days too late. You do all the wrong things, but your heart is in the right place. You got all the wrong moves, but you put a smile on my face. Yeah, you got the best intention, perfect imperfection, keeping my attention night and day. 'Cause you do all the wrong things in all the right ways. You say you like to take a side road for the scenery, but we always end up lost, baby, in your backseat. You do all the wrong things, but your heart is in the right place. You got all the wrong moves, but you put a smile on my face. Yeah, you got the best intentions, perfect imperfection, keeping my attention night and day. 'Cause you do all the wrong things, baby, in all the right ways. You do all the wrong things in all the right ways. Oh, in all the right ways, all the wrong things, but your heart is in the right place. You got all the wrong moves, but you put a smile on my face. Yeah, yeah, you got the best intentions, perfect imperfection, keeping my attention night and day. 'Cause you do all the wrong things, baby, in all the right ways. You do all the wrong things, baby, in all the right ways, baby. You do all the wrong things, baby, in all the right ways. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do all the wrong things in every single right way. Yeah. Oh, you do all the wrong things in all the right ways.
Welcome back, and wow, the Nakia, the last two segments were just blew me away. Wow, I mean, really just blew me Your way. Well, for the prosperity work, back to you.
All right, all right, all right. Okay. I'm excited. So, appointed time prosperity work. Being thankful and access to prosperity. Okay. So, we are continuing a very special exercise as our minds focus on Thanksgiving and the upcoming holidays. List the following categories: romance, money or work, health, relationships. Okay? I know y'all ready. So, under each category, write 3 challenges you are facing. Then, under each item, write what you can be thankful for about the challenge that gives you power and freedom. Now, this is about giving you power and freedom. First, we were talking about things that was taking away your power and freedom. So now this is time for you to recreate your thoughts and move forward. Okay? So under each item, write a promise you will make that will empower you in facing the challenge and winning. Include who you will make that promise to. Okay, so Ronnie B and I are both in the exercise, as we always like to reiterate. Just like you, anything, is there anything that you would like to share, Ronnie B?
Yeah, I was, I was, as I said, we're in the exercises, and we're looking at new stuff. Okay, and part of that is that we grow, you grow. You don't have the same issues. Well, you may have some old issues that you haven't got to, but you come up with, as you resolve issues, you get new ones because you're growing, you're expanding. And right now, I'd say under the area of money. And one of the things under the area of money is that being able to take care of my current bills and responsibilities and saving up enough money to move into a newer, bigger place. And that's like been a challenge because it's like, as soon as I save up this, then something breaks down, got to buy a new computer. There's something keeps happening where the money I'm trying to save up, it's got to get spent, someplace legitimate. It's not like, hey, going to the club and making it rain. It's like, hey, okay, oh man, the light bill was $200. We got to pay it. So, so it's been challenging. Now, what I'm thankful for about that challenge that really gives me power and freedom is that I'm thankful for that even though I have been unable to save the way that I've wanted to, I have been able to pay the bills. And be responsible. Been able to do that. Hey, I'm eating good. I've not missed no bills. Yeah, a couple of them was so I had to break out the hot dogs and pork and beans, but it was okay. It wasn't like strugglers. All right, okay, tomorrow, okay, we got to go get some real stuff. So, and to be in that place, like, wow, okay, that's, so. I'm thankful that I'm where I'm at, and that as much as I want to move, I really am in a nice place that allows me to pretty much do what I want to do the way I want to do it. Now, and that gives me power and freedom. Now, promise. Now, here's a challenge. I'm like, wow. empower me in facing the challenge and winning. And well, here's the promise I can make. And the promise that I'll make is that by December 7th, I'll have half of the money needed to move, either through extra work, doing something, but I'll have that money, whatever way it takes. Legally, I have to remind folks that we don't want to slip it off. Legally, and I'm not talking about winning the lottery and none of that, but legally through my own efforts and through prosperity, I'll have the money December 7th. And who I'm going to include in that promise is my roommate and my mom. I'm going to include my roommate and my mama in that promise.
All right.
Okay?
That sounds like an accountability partner to me. Okay. So, for myself, I'm going to look at relationships, business professional relationships, and I can be thankful about that challenge because it will give me more power and freedom with me reconnecting with a few specific individuals that I had the opportunity to participate in some activities with recently. Now, the challenge is my schedule, but being able to identify a level of consistency so I can be able to make myself readily available to travel back to Dayton, Texas, to the jail out there and have another sit down with the women that are expected to be released that will participate in the discussions that are held on that second Monday of the month, and becoming a consistent person on the list. Okay, because that was powerful for me. Those are areas of my passion, and rarely have I worked with women except for when I was a parole officer. So this is one of my challenges, but one of my goals also. And the promise that I'm making that will empower me to face that challenge and win is to, by Friday, which would be let me see, what's today?
By Friday. By Friday. Keep on going, girl. Keep on going.
Actually, I'll give myself to next Monday, because with it being the holidays, by Friday.
Just say superstition because.
Right. Well, by Friday.
Just say Monday. Just say Monday.
By Friday, I would have identified a different opportunity of employment. I will identify what pattern my schedule is on pretty much consistently, hopefully, at this point. But I also anticipate, Lord say the same, new employment before the first of the year or by the first of the year to alleviate some of the strain so I can be available to travel back and forth. But I need to identify some key factors. So by Friday, I would like to do that. And by Monday, be able to get in contact with this certain individual in order to see about the scheduling of those meetings because of the next I need to figure out what their schedule is. So I had to put a because in there. And who I will include in making that promise, and my accountability partner. Actually, Ronnie, I will choose you to hold me accountable to doing that, and me reaching out to you before the end of the day on Friday to let you know what I've achieved.
I think you should have Kevin. I think you should make the promise to Kevin.
Well, I can definitely do that if Kevin makes himself, if he not makes himself, but if he allows himself to be readily available for me to contact him, I will definitely do that.
Well, I'm begging him. We'll see how it works. Okay, all right. We forgive us. We have ran over. So, Empress, I need you to take it away.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is what we're going to go ahead and do for the sake of time. Now I'm going to have a little conversation about doing the work. Okay? We always like to include this part because bottom line is you have to do the work in order to achieve, in order to see progress, in order to see your milestones, in order to look back and say, hey, I've been from here, and this is where I am today. You have to do the work, bottom line. You don't do the work 5 days from now, 6 months from now, 7 days from now. When we come back to our next webinar session, seminar, you're going to be right where you were. And you're not going to want to come back, and you're not going to want to share the information and, share the experience because you would not have experienced anything because you didn't do the work. So bottom line, we love you, but please do the work. Okay, and definitely let us know how it's going for you. Okay, so a little food for thought. So we're looking at prosperity with a grateful heart. I open to divine supply. Prosperity is a state of mind, a focus on being happy, successful, and self-sufficient. One of my favorite words. Woohoo! Self-sufficient and successful. Okay. And happy and focused. So when I focus my thoughts on those qualities, I begin to see more goodness in my life. Staying focused may not prove easy. It will not. If I am facing large debts or unable to afford the necessities. Okay, I'm going to repeat that because my audience really needs to receive that. When I focus my thoughts on those qualities, which is the prosperity, state of mind, focus on being happy, successful, and self-sufficient, I begin to see more goodness in my life. You will see more goodness in your life. Staying focused may not prove easy. It will be a challenge, but you can do it. It will not prove easy or may not prove easy if I am facing large debts, if you are facing large debts, or you're unable to afford the necessities. If I am unable to afford the necessities, and whatever that may be in your life, which is pretty consistent for us all, such things may keep you from seeing the good around me, around you. But when you choose to change your focus, for me to change my focus, my vision clears, your vision clears, and I and you can once again see the blessings that has always been in your life and in my life. My attitude shifts from fear to gratitude, to being thankful, praising. Today, I remove the blinders from my eyes. Today, you remove
the blind from your eyes and change your focus on God's good. I change my focus on God's good. With a grateful heart, I open to divine supply and I feel abundantly blessed. With a grateful heart, you are open to divine supply and you shall feel abundantly blessed. Please join us for our next session. And we definitely hope you enjoyed this week's webinar. If you would like more information or need my personal services, please contact me directly at Nakia, Nakia, at appointedtimeforyou.com because I am passionate and driven towards you being the best you can possibly be, toward you achieving your level of success as we sit down and go through things and identify what you really see as success for your life and how we can work together. So our next session will be Sunday, December 4th, Creating a Thankful Future for Prosperity 2017, Part 2. You can register for all of our workshops and webinars at appointedtimeforyou.com. We love you. Peace and blessings. Happy holidays. And we'll see you next time.
Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. I can't sleep at night. I ain't thinking right. Redeem me. Because I pawned my life somehow. Now a ransom is due. She had it all. Reverence with no consequence, so it seemed. None of her actions seemed binding, so it seemed. Guided with no responsibility as my world fails me. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Egyptian days. Orange sun, warm sand, Hebrew scorn like Moses coming down from the mountain. African slave like Hebrew, you've been warned. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like gang fights, territorial, same struggle, different bubble. Mothers huddle to comfort one another. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like mom and daddy had a fight last night. Woke up, no eyesight. Cooked breakfast like everything was all right. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like sending our boys overseas to fight. Doing it for our country, don't make it right, 'cause family still can't sleep at night. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Papa didn't have it. You're no longer in the baby carriage. Fly, little bird, fly. Forcing you to move forward 3 weeks, no phone call. You pissed off, she pays for it. 'Cause just like mama, she gives up her mortgage, and daddy don't even know it. Sounds like redemption. I want my daughters back, white and black. Mesmerized by crack, used to be fat. PHAT, pretty hot and tempting. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like I want my innocence back. He stole it, she know it, and she always knew that. Now she's raising a stepdaughter / granddaughter. Water under the bridge, hell no, manslaughter. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like new world order. Bartering won't be enough. Slaughtering will be a must. Survival will be tough. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like persecution with no conscience. Prosecution with no haunches. He died for no one's death. Let your child go to jail for accidental death. Jesus' love put to the test. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like 10 words or less. Forgive them, Lord, for they give, so can you. Sounds like redemption. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause this gon' take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause this gon' take a while. Redemption.